Hi, I'm Elizabeth Barton from Sacred Earth in Pringle Bay, and today I'd like to tell you about something that I came across that I find quite incredible. I live in Pringle Bay on a property that's very sandy. In fact, um, there hasn't there wasn't much vegetation here, also because of the development, the building of the house and other houses in this area. And I really missed, the beautiful green foliage of plants and trees. So I've been on a mission to kind of create something different, a different possibility here. A little bit like an oasis here in the sand. And I'm very close to the sea. It's a couple of 100 meters away from where I am. So, they're very challenging weather conditions here. Wind, especially a lot of wind, etc. And I'm on the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm not right on the sea. I'm just like a little bit behind the dunes, but it's still very, it's just basically sand, the soil. So I've been on a mission to find ways of creating something else here where I could actually create more fertility in the soil so that the plants and the trees could grow, and also to deal with these quite harsh conditions. And one of the substances that I came across was actually this product called Ormus. And it's so wonderful because its base ingredient is seawater. So it's once again the concept of water. And what it is you take seawater and you just add an activator, a mild activator to it, which then creates a process in the seawater where it takes out the salt, it separates out the salt, because the salt is really the problem with seawater. Seawater is so incredibly rich in minerals. I don't know if you're aware of that. But if you think of it, everything from the land goes into the sea. So the sea is actually this richly harvested space. But you've got the salt component, which of course isn't, it's great to preserve things, but it's not really great for plants, in a concentrated form. So the Ormus is, basically, as I say, there's an activator that's added to the seawater. So it's got the fantastic minerals and range of minerals and metals even, like even very minute quantities of gold and silver, cobalt, all kinds of unbelievable, components. But not only has it got that, when you make the Ormus, it's the process of activating the seawater and separating the salt out also creates a change in the molecular structure of the seawater. And it becomes mostly monatomic, which are called monatomic. Now, monatomic just means that it's broken down it becomes more simplified. And that's really essential for, say, plants or even our bodies to be able to absorb it. So it's no use having all the minerals and the metals in minute quantities. They're very minute quantities, which is actually ideal because, we don't need a lot and the plants don't need a lot of it. And then you can, it gets absorbed in the cells, and it's called a superconductor. So it's very, very efficient. And, just by the way, one of the benefits also is, because it's a superconductor, is that it's very good for droughts. So if you're living in a drought area or you're having a drought and you're worried about your plants, you can actually use this substance, and it will make it so much more efficient for the plants. You don't need so much water. So the Ormus has these amazing qualities of really fertilizing the soil and therefore creating this ideal environment for the plants to grow. And also, it facilitates the plants etc. So I've had tremendous success with this for me. And this is just totally based on my own experience, and I'm sharing that with you for, whatever you would like to do with that. The process of the Ormus is, as I say, quite simple. You basically just need the seawater and to add this activator, which is the sodium hydroxide. So I use food quality sodium hydroxide. That's used in baking products, in detergents and stuff like that. So, it's not a dangerous substance at all. But you need that activation, because what happens is there has to be some kind of heat generation for this product, for this process to occur. So if you would like to have any more information, or you could Google it, you could look into it more, or contact me. But I would really encourage you to just at least be aware of this possibility. And what I love about it is that, this is not controlled by anybody. It is absolutely a beautiful gift from the earth. It is something that really is accessible to each person on this planet. And, it's something that's stimulating growth. It's something that's creating life. And for me, I'm all for that. So thank you for listening. And I hope that you've maybe learned something today. And here is blessings to water, and especially seawater. Thank you for the gift of the seawater that we have. They say there's 70% of the planet is covered by the oceans virtually. So, what an amazing resource do we have, and how much do we look after it? Maybe that's a thought to think about. Take care, and lots of love. Elizabeth.